Hey Michelle.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I haven't seen you around the office lately. What are you working on?
I'm working on some SFO projects, especially Terminal WF2. I've just been super busy with this one, where we have 40 plus consultants on the project, and we have super big internal team. We're like onboarding people like crazy. We just onboarded Don from our studio like this Monday. We're onboarding Ernesto sometime this week.
That's so cool. I've been hearing a lot about it. I know like our studio and a bunch of other teams on this floor have been like really working hard on the project. So where do you guys actually like work out of?
Have you heard of this place called Big Room in SFO?
I have actually. I've seen it on our weekly whereabouts.
Exactly. You know what? You should come check it out sometime with me. Like we're there every Tuesday and Thursday.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Cheers and to have fun. We also have a partnership with Amphibious as we start to get into our construction activities, is that we, that we put our arms around each other and take care of each other. And for that, I'm hopeful we're going to have a, super successful project. So thanks for having me today. I appreciate it. We're doing this all over the country for Turner. It's a big deal for us, and we're going to continue to do it so we can make sure that we're taking care of you and that you're taking care of yourselves and we're taking care of all the people, men and women that are out in the field. So thank you.
All right, great way to wrap up today's safety week topic. So let's clap it out. Everybody ready? On 3, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Thanks, Jack.
Hey, look.
Hey, Aika.
Aika, what are you working on?
Yeah, we're doing here the temporary corridors, a pull plan we're trying to put together. And if you see, the temporary corridors are basically something that makes it possible that we rebuild the terminal building while everything is still operational. So the whole airport doesn't stop just because we built a new terminal building, right? So there's still lots of logistics going on, passenger experience. United wants all their aircraft still being filled, and try to access them. And so we need to make sure that all that works. So temporary corridors, I thought, damn it, how hard can that be? It's a little corridor that sits there for 2 years and that's done. But trying to get your head around all the operations, the luggage handling, the catering, the refueling of the aircraft, the safety for the people, all of a sudden it becomes quite complex. So I learned a lot. All these consultants, all these kind of questions have to be answered very quickly so that everybody can do this job and it all comes together. This is critical path. So here we yesterday had a brainstorming session where Gensler, MKA, Turner, MEP consultants, fueling engineers we have, civil engineers, all these guys basically put down their milestones and their tasks, and we're now trying to make sense of it and put that all in a 6 months program that works, right? And yeah, because it's a lot of stakeholders involved. So United needs to be happy, so they need to make sure that there is no disruption to the operations. We need to make sure that the passengers are safe, and at the same time the whole thing changes constantly all the time, and at all times we need to make sure that you can escape, that you have enough toilets, that the whole thing works. It's like learning a new language, right? They have all these PBBs and all these weird abbreviations, and then what does PBB mean? Yeah, well, it's basically these little bridges, and it's called passenger boarding something, right? And yeah, okay.
Hi, Paris.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
What are you working on?
So I'm on the SFO project T3,
Mm-hmm.
and as you can see, don't look too detailed because still in the work. No, I'm joking. So we're prepping for we call it shoulder-to-shoulder meeting, meaning it's kind of like a charrette for the client, the designer, the consultants, everybody to get into the big room so we can actually look at the model together and understand three-dimensionally what we're wanting to propose on the facade and also the massing. And we're studying a lot of the inner kind of parts of the airport right now, and you can see we're kind of proposing what is the best way to program the airport and how do we move people around more intuitively, wayfinding, so the traveling experience is more pleasant for everybody. So I'm kind of just doing a lot of like the graphic and pulling things together and studies of options. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. It's really fun.
All right. Hi, Chris. I heard you've been collating the design of building envelope. How does that go?
It's going really well. We are in the middle of finalizing our drawings for submission for permit. We have a couple of months left. We've done 2 or 3 different check prints, and so it's a lot of continual red line, reviewing the drawings for completeness, coordination with structure, MEP systems, the ground plane, civil, and going back into the details to make sure that they're coordinated with overall wall sections. It's a very large team with lots of stakeholders involved, so it's an interesting process of getting feedback, making sure that the drawings are coordinated and that everybody on our team is aware of all the issues that are going on to bring the drawings to completeness. I think for me, one of the most interesting parts is getting to work with colleagues from different offices all up and down the West Coast. Obviously, we have a big team base in San Francisco, but we have a number of team members from our Oakland office, several from Seattle, Portland as well, and even some from LA. So it's truly a borderless team approach just from the Gensler internal team perspective, which is super interesting. It comes with challenges as well, but it's a great way to expand your internal network and get to work with people that you wouldn't normally get to work with on a day-to-day basis, all bringing our own unique expertise, whether it's from a core and shell developer background like our studio focuses on, or even other end user kind of building typologies coming together to create what will hopefully be a world-class new airport facility.
Let's check out what Chenmin is doing. Hi, Chenmin.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
So, tell us, what's your role in the SFO project?
Got it. So I'm working in the team of temporary corridor, working with Ika came over there. And then I believe he already did his interview, so he briefly talked about what we are doing. So my role is, as I just jumped into this project about like less than 2 weeks. So now currently there was specific reason for the geometry of this corridor. There was a lot of constraints that the geometry of the corridor has to be something like this. So there's always a specific reason to avoid conflicts and provide some construction area for construction, something like that. So it is pretty complicated. So currently what I'm doing is we're gonna use the like 30 feet span module for like efficiency in terms of like installation speed or cost, because this is temporary. I don't think SFO want to spend too much money on it. So to find the most efficient module layout with minimizing the number of types with for the non-modularized panels, I'm trying to find the most efficient layout for them so that we'll be able to like lay out footings, and then by finalizing the footing layout, we'll be able to initiate a lot of coordination with structure or facade design, something like that. So that is kind of like brief task what I'm doing, kind of like role explanation. Yep.
Right? So we can have like all the groups that we're gonna need. But we need to have a communication with Michel, with
Oh, the
Haji,
core leadership
and
team
school.
members.
Yeah. So also because you are like the onboarding person, so you will be like more familiar. If we have anyone new.
Hello.
Hi, I heard you've been working on this SCP thing. Can you share a little about what it is?
Yep. So, well, SCP is a robust stakeholder communication process where we gather input with the people who are working on the field and incorporate it holistically with the budget, making sure that everybody is on the same page. And technically, all of these SCPs come together in something that we call the basis of implementation, or BOI. And what the BOI does is chart a roadmap for like the design forward. And well, I'm just helping put it together and coordinate with all the stakeholders on page and people will be presenting to them, etc., etc.
Awesome.